let's get started. So this is our part two, talk something interesting about AI and data science. And we are going to discuss about some of the great resources, which is really helpful to us. First thing is, you can see here, first thing, the EagerPy. So it is like you can write a code that works into the PyTorch, TensorFlow, JAX, and NumPy. So what is this? So this is also its best tool for the deep learning. Okay, if I want to take you to this, anyway, all these links I will provide you. But look at some of the tools are there. Maybe it is helpful to you when you're working in your real-time projects. Okay. So what is this EagerPy? EagerPy is a separate open source Python framework. Okay. So when you write a code, automatically turns into the, so which framework you want, not language, which framework. You want that code into the PyTorch, TensorFlow, JAX. So it is nothing but what I can say, that bridge framework. So you can convert that code into the PyTorch, can convert that code into the TensorFlow, and also other frameworks like JAX and everything, even NumPy also. So this is a very interesting tool, and I've seen that some of these startups already using it. But you try to find it, there is a more information will be there about this, and also I will give you the link of the source code, and that is there in the GitHub. If you want to look at this, this is the GitHub link. Okay, so here you can see that what is their the intention, I mean basic intent for to create this API, right? So in this you can see that they are using the Torch and NumPy, TensorFlow on all these things, guys. Okay, this is really useful. You write code in Python that can be converted into this multiple frameworks. So this is the one which is really useful when you're working on it, your projects. So second thing is that, okay, so you are there in the maybe like AI, you're working on the data sciences and all. So sometimes we may, depending on the something like statistics and mathematics. So there we need to worry about some symbols. Okay. So this is a place where we can get all the list of symbols, especially the people who wants to build their what I can say, that mathematical skills. And this is the platform. This is the website where we have the complete list of mathematical symbols, and especially the explanation also given here, and the example code is also there. Maybe so some of the projects we may use the Euler's rule, some of the projects we may use the different terminologies here, right? This is the right place to get all the information basics about the probability statistics and mathematics. This is really interesting. And for example, tomorrow you are going to calculate the cost function in the machine learning, how those derivatives and why they are using the different symbols and all. So all these things will come to know from these basics. I strongly recommend you go to this website and have a look into it. What is this? What is the probability, linear algebra tools, vector related one, and everything is placed in one in this website. So better you just go have look into this, you get some idea. Okay, I hope this is it is useful to you. Okay, so all collection of symbols which is related to the function, and other informations like statistics and everything. So next one is, maybe some people are, you want to become an artificial intelligence expert in maybe they are given the roadmap. So 2021 is okay, but a roadmap to become an artificial intelligence expert, right? So if I go to this website, so I strongly recommend you, when you have some time, you just go and have this website, look at this website. There is a machine learning roadmap, deep learning roadmap, data engineer roadmap. So for example, roadmap means, for example, you can see here, there is a AI expert in 2021. So most of the times you are going to spend time with the Git version control and papers with code, because there we can have the lot of data sets. Okay, a lot of things. Okay, so but we have to choose the path. There is a different path we are given. There is a fundamentals how to start with your if you want to be expert in AI. See, I always from the day one saying that fundamentals are very important. Okay, today you can easily survive with the code which you can copy from the GitHub and integrate, and this works fine for you. But really you are going to struggle in the future, because AI is a starting skill, right? It is at the early stage, but always try to build the basics. Okay, you easily can survive in the future. But if you are missed the fundamentals and straight away you are solving the problems, and definitely you will be stopped somewhere in the future, right? So that's what always fundamentals are very important here. The list is given. So all the information about this Python programming and data sources, this is a complete roadmap, guys. So what kind of data analysis, what I need to understand here, and the data scientist, because most of the people ask the question, what is data science, what is a data engineer, and all. No need of asking anybody, just go to this website. This is giving very clear roadmap to you, right? So what kind of things I need to learn in the probability, and what kind of things I want to learn in the mathematics and visualization and machine learning. Interesting website this one is, okay. And here we have the like when you choose the machine learning, what types of machine learning, what are the use cases, what are the machine learning models we have it, all the information. When you choose the deep learning, again deep learning is the neural networks, and all these things, many things, LSTM, GRU, encoders, decoders, all the content will be there. Training, when you're doing the training, what kind of terminology we use, when what tools we use. Tools in the sense, sometimes they talk about the frameworks as well. Maybe in the tools here they are referring to the frameworks, okay, something like this. So do you need any other information other than this, guys? This is really interesting, right? That's what I feel. I don't know about you. And because most of the people every day asking question, what is a data scientist, what is how to start, what are the skills I need to learn. This is the perfect to you, and better have a look into it. I will share these links with you, I can say. And come to the resource 4. See, most of the people work into the Jupyter notebook, right? But sometimes in the real time we use the VS Code or like PyCharm or different what I can say IDs, integrated development environments. But if you want to use convert your if you want to use the Jupyter extension in your VS Code, you can use this. You can download this in your VS Code, and VS Code, go to the extensions and you type this Jupyter, you install it. So what is the purpose of this? So you can easily convert your Jupyter code into the VS Code, and you don't need to invest more time onto that fact. So that extension is already there in the Microsoft Marketplace, Visual Studio Marketplace. So moving to the resource 5, this is very good, guys, and this is a ML visuals, machine learning visuals. What is a machine learning visuals? Okay, this there is one guy, his name is Dad. I mean, this is a separate website also. These guys will provide the training, but I'm not doing anything here marketing, I'm just sharing with you. This is the visuals will give the idea what kind of components, what kind of things you can go and have look into it. This will give you a terminology, okay, how the terminology is there. Like each and people talk about different terminology into the machine learning, okay. So you can easily see that what is this terminology and how. There is so many slides are there. When you have some time, just go to this. There is 113 slides are there. So very difficult to go one by one. Some content which is there in the different languages, but don't worry. This is useful people who are into the deep learning, right? Because this slide is more talks about deep learning, but they are given the machine learning visuals, but more is onto the deep learning. And also there is another GitHub account is also there. You can take this GitHub account. You can also go to this GitHub account and see that same information only, but little change it here. So here they are talked about how to use this documentation, how to contribute yourself to this community. And in this slide, they are explained about all these things: Google Net, RNN, Deep RNN, bidirectional. All these informations are there, guys. Okay. So better when you look at it into this platform, you'll get to know more idea about what is this ML visuals. So moving to the resource 6, okay, this is a great platform not only for the data science and AI, the people who wants to know some video courses and all, and this link is really helpful to you. Yeah, it's really mind blowing, right? Here there is so many course contents are there. It's completely list of computer science courses with video lectures. If you're interested, go and look into that. Some course content is from the Stanford University, some course content in the different place, like Harvard University and all. These are all very premium content. If you are interested, all the content is there: software engineering, database, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data mining, data science, probability, reinforcement learning, all this advanced machine learning. all the content at one place. And this is video content. As I said, this video is very premium content like MIT, so those universities people, Harvard University, so very Coursera content also there, but all is in one place. And you try to click that link and you have also look into it, so you'll get some idea like, okay, so this is a platform which is really useful to you. And Research 7, so this is something like a Python programming and numerical methods, a guide for engineers and data science. There is a little information which is going to helpful to you when you're working on the DS projects. And this is also very, I mean, people who wants to start from the Python basics, the variables, data structures. It's like a each content is there, like it's a flow how you can start with the Python, what actually is important for the, so from the, yeah, Python basics to the till other complete machine learning, just like it's basics, guys. Okay, so have a look into it. This is also very interesting website. And you get a lot of content here. Remember, the content which I am sharing, which is verified and which is from the universities. This is a Berkeley University, which is an educational website. I'm not promoting any other people websites here, right? It's a very the education institutes websites only. Okay, hopefully you can understand. So moving to the resource 8, there is a compress face. This is an open source face recognition solution. So I'm just opening this. You can see this. What is this? Yesterday I actually given this one, right? It is a face detection and recognition GitHub project. Essentially, it is a Docker-based application that can be used with the standalone server to deploy the cloud. So you don't need to prior machine learning knowledge to set up this. This is mainly used a FaceNet and Inside Face libraries. So you can have a look into it. This is also very amazing platform for the people who are working on to the CNN projects, especially image recognition and all. But you need to have the Docker here, and it's basically like based on the Docker setup only. This project source code you can pull out and work on it. Okay, this is interesting. People who are into the computer vision, right? So coming to the reserves 9, and here we have the a framework for the real life data science. I don't know how many of you know about this term called real life data science. Anybody knows in this group? And actually it is using by the Netflix. It's one of the framework using by the Netflix. So for your information, this is built by Netflix only. For what purpose? So it's a framework works for the real-time data science, and it is easy to build on the real-time data science projects. So this is, you can obviously this is one of the best use case for the Netflix is already using this, like whatever the video content they have it. It's really interesting, guys. When you have some time, just have a look into it. You can use this project also because it's an open source platform. Of course, right, in Python world, the most of the tools and all, everything is open source only. So because Python itself is an open source, right? So whatever the top of it you build is mostly on the open source only, right? So next, moving to the resource 10, and this library is intended for the developing voice interfaces. If anybody is aimed to work onto the IoT and AI, and this is one of the best tool, and it is a spoke stack, and really interesting this one also. It is for the voice. Okay, if you're working on the voice related, there is already inbuilt libraries here and data sets also, and this is do not support the Windows 10, and it have to use with the Linux based versions. But anyway, all prerequisites, how to install it, what are the dependencies, all this information is there. I know that in our group, some people are aimed for the working on the audio based machine learning. So for them, this is a really useful, guys. If you choose in your career, or like you want to be expertise into the machine learning, especially in the audio side. Okay, so and you are integrating your machine learning with IoT. This is one of the best, I mean, not I can say best, this is one of the library. You can have a look into it when you have some time. So moving to the next one, resource 11, the neuron analysis and visualization. This is for the data visualization, guys. This is uh, this is really interesting, actually speaking. You can just go here. This works only with the Python 3. This name is actually derived from the neuron analysis visualization. the abbreviation is. It is deals with the different data here. You can see. So it is internally uses in the Google segmentations and other things like PyMade, a lot of things. So what is the main usage of this? This is for the visualizations. If you want to create 2D or 3D visualizations, and very great interesting point here, it supports Affine and HDF5 and CMTK. So this is one of the great part for this tool. Okay, we can use it and for the Hadoop systems also when you have the data. Okay, so this is little advanced tool. If you want to work on to the neuron analysis visualization, you can just have a look. But another most important thing, most of the people will ask you how to speed up the Python code. So in this case, we have one amazing tool name called NIM, and we can use this NIM and to expedite or like we can speed up the Python code. So it's a very efficient, elegant, and expressive. So you can see this. This is the name is a statically typed compiled system programming language. It combines the successful concepts from the machine language like Python, Ada, and Modula. Of course, these are all like object-oriented programmings only. Ada is also object-oriented programming, Smalltalk, Python, and all these things. So you can use this tool to make your Python code faster. Okay, so all the documentation which is clear, because see, maybe someone wants to build it. Maybe one of your clients says that, hey, our code is which is very slow. Okay, we want to make it fast. Then that time we can go for this kind of open source tools and we can implement that feature in your project. That is going to helpful to a lot. Okay, so that's where like speeding up the Python code with the name. So next one is Resource 13. So the PipeLayer, which is an event-driven pipeline framework. So I don't know, I mean, if you know that there is a data pipeline in the machine learning ML projects, ML ops. Data pipeline plays very important role, guys, to understand the complete the structure of what are the tools which you are using in your project, how you are sending the data from the end-to-end framework. So PipeLayer is one of the event-driven pipeline framework, which we can create modular applications. Okay, which is so you can also use this one for the pipelines, and which is really really a useful tool when you're using it with the ML ops pipelines. And this is that one is the GitHub account, another one is the direct website. So like that, most of the places I have the GitHub account and direct their websites. So you can easily go to their code and website also. So don't worry, I will provide this. So coming to the resource, okay. So JobLib, this is also running Python functions as pipeline jobs. I'm not good enough in this context, but if anyone want, you can give it a try. So basically, this is a lightweight pipelining in Python. Especially, we can optimize the fast and robust large data sets, large data, particularly, and has specific optimization. So you can try this one. This is mainly for, I believe this is for the parallel computing purpose, because running in Python functions as pipeline jobs. So give a try this, and there is a sub libraries here: memory, parallel, dump, load, hash. So dump is mainly for the web services, microservices. When you use parallel computing, if you want to run the multiple jobs at a time, that's where like we can use. This is a really great library. So to make it running Python functions. So coming to the resource 15, if you want to make your Python project automated, that's where this is resource 15 concept is going to come into the picture. What is this? This is a scheduling your jobs. Of course, there are so many tools, flat premium tools and also there, but it's an important to know about like open source tools. There is a schedule here, which is one of the Python job scheduling module. This, if you want to schedule like every 10 seconds or every 5 seconds, something like every Wednesday or Monday, if you want to run your job, it runs. It's a really, really useful module when you want to schedule a jobs. For example, you want to read the data from the one file system to the another file. I mean, read the data from the one file system, a remote location. We can schedule that one every day morning at 9 a.m. So this is going to read the data from that remote systems and also. So scheduling purpose, we can use this, right? Coming to the resource 16, it's one of the visualization computing platform. Like there is a math inspector, And there is a separate YouTube channel for this. If you want to understand this, what is a math inspector, it's a really great tool. First of all, what is this? This is a free and open source software designed for the students, content creators, and the professional mathematicians. And so mainly what is this? This is mainly for the scientific programming. So maybe it is not that much important to you at this moment. And the scientific programming means if the people who are choosing their skills into the aeronautical field, something like dealing with something rocket engineering or something, that cases this is going to helpful to a lot. Reserve 17, Sailboat, which is a Python developer's best friend. Okay. And it is a Python build tool that can do anything you need to do it. It supports countless number of plugins. This is really amazing, which is a friendly for the Python developers. So let me go and open this and we'll have a look into it, their website. And we'll see this. Okay, we can install it and use it. But what is this? What is exactly this, right? So if you want to import or like add the plugins to this your project, and we can use this Sailboat, which is you can also create your own plugin by using the Sailboat in your project. If you want someone asking to create, for example, every month or every sprint you are doing the code review, right, on your project. No need of you can create one small project for the code review, and you can create one plugin for that. And that plugin ask your other team members to run it automatically. The plugin will start and running the code, and the code evaluation can start. So something like this example I'm giving. So that times if you're creating any plugins, this is Sailboat, which is really will helpful to you. So that's something which is important sometimes. So Resource 18 is a simple package to do real-time audio analysis in native Python using PyAudio and NumPy. So here it is about real-time PyAudio FFT. Basically, this is audio analysis with the Python. Okay, so basically they are using a framework name or library name is called the PyAudio and NumPy to extract and visualize the FFT features from the live audio streams. This may be important. For example, in Spotify, when you're watching the, when you're listening to the music and all, and you may see that kind of things. Maybe tomorrow, if you're building a music player for your client, okay, in Python, okay, so client asks to create the data visualization for that music, okay, that is the instant music analyzer, right? Real-time audio analysis. That time this tool is going to helpful to you. This is a stream analyzer. The source code is given here. This is a really amazing asset if you want to try it using your whenever the requirement comes to you. Okay. So moving to the resource 19, from here you will see really amazing things. Definitely this is useful to you. A curated list of awesome and artificial intelligence stuff. Maybe some people already know it. If not, you can just have a look into it. See, this is a huge content, guys. Okay, you want something which is respect to this AI, and there is a lot content is there on internet. No need of asking the books. No need of asking anything. This is a really great thing. And I saw that many people are asking me personally about the transfer learning. Just go here. There is already explained about what is the transfer learning, how this can be used. You'll understand. And there is a different data sets. Here we have it. This is a good platform. I mean, good GitHub content, so you can use it. Even if you have any, if you want to contribute to this, you can send a full request to this guy. This guy can upload into this place because it is already poked with 61 people and 266 is the star. Okay, so moving to the next one, free AI resources, courses, jobs, blogs, and many more things all in one place. So this is not only AI, and data science content is also there. So this is all in one place, guys. Okay, free AI courses, free mathematics resources, free fun, and example problems and all this content are in one place. Okay, it's really amazing. All machine learning courses, free data science courses, all these things are in one place. And data science competition hosting platforms. So most of the people knows like Kaggle and all. There are few more competitive platforms are there. You can go and uh, sign up there and go and join in their communities to see that how it works. This Jindi, which is one of the African data science platform, AI platform. If you go and have a look into it, so just try to meet global people, see what kind of things they are looking into this. There is a data set repositories. We know only few of the things, but the data world, data search by Google, Microsoft data sets, TensorFlow data sets, the UCR, UCI. So these are the different data sets we have it. And the big companies research papers, Uber, Alibaba, and Gojek, Amazon Science. Because see, people who really aim for AI and ML and data sciences, these are these assets which is going to help you to understand what companies needs, what kind of tools, what kind of things are going outside world. There is a cheat sheets here. Okay, maybe you already having some cheat sheets. Otherwise, no problem. You can download it from here itself. Okay, so that's something which is really interesting. And moving to the next one, selection of resources to learn the artificial intelligence, the statistical inferences, deep learning, reinforcement, and machine learning. This is also like GitHub link. And I don't want to spend much time on this. Just you can go and have this look. There are a lot of interesting insights are there. Maybe it will be helpful to you in one place. Coming to the reserves 22. Okay, this is definitely a bookmark link. Okay, so here a lot of related information about AI, especially artificial intelligence bookmarks. And you can see there are so many things which is collected here, right? So you can have a look into it. You'll get some idea there. And also there is a, this is a little different guys, the links which we have seen in the above, and this link is different. This is a curated list of awesome machine learning interoperability resources. So here we have this is really amazing visualization. So you can, I don't know, it is visible to you at this moment. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, but it's
Yeah.
in parts.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
Yeah, now it's completely visible.
yeah, here we have the chi-square correlations and because you can just go to here. This is a kind of what I can say, uh, architecture, right? So it's kind of an architecture how the data is flowing when the model comes into the picture. It's a very really beautifully they're placed into one diagram. So we just have a look into it. It's a really big diagram, right? So this is really helpful to you, might maybe. So you can try this, how this is it's going to be useful in your projects. So there is a lot of content here. See, I'm not going to say to everyone go to each and every link and try to learn everything. No, it depends on your specialization. You choose which one you want to gain the knowledge. Okay, but I'm just giving the link because in our group there are many people having the many ambitions. Someone wants to become a AI engineer with the computer vision. Someone wants AI engineer with the NLP chatbot expert. So different people are there. So this list, this information may be helpful to the different people in the different areas. Okay, but this is really amazing stuff. We can take it up consideration for your learnings. And this is for the awesome production machine learning. So because it's an important, right? So when you're done with the models and you train the model everything, finally like awesome production machine learning, here you may use the cloud platforms. That's where like AWS and Google Cloud and many other things like Microsoft Azure, many things will come into the picture. So how here the terminology will get little changes because that's where ML ops comes into the picture. Like what kind of terminology use, data pipelines and model orchestration, and many things, outliers, data stream processing. This is the right terminology for the real time base. You just you just go and watch their content here. This is amazing. When you have sometimes, so I want to you to go and look into these contents, guys. See, if you really spend going through all these resources which I'm sharing with you, you will get the picture. Okay, so you can see there is a industrial strength visualization libraries, Bokeh, and I think we are already going with the sessions every day night at 9:30 p.m. Right? So we already done with the Matplotlib, and Bokeh introduction part is completed, but the Plotly Dash, which today we have already scheduled at 9:30. So like that, there are Streamlit. I already spoken the Streamlit. It's already there in the YouTube channel, right? So how to, it is especially data science people. There are a few things which we are not spoken. Maybe in future we'll definitely talk about these tools, which are really important. And have a look into it, guys, because This is categorized very nicely, right? Data labeling tools. This is an important. Yes, today also I saw someone is struggling with with the data which is not labeled. Guy is trying to train the model. Seen that, but there are some tools which is automatically which makes the data into the label. So those kind of tools which we can see it here, data labeling tools and frameworks and all, and metadata management, data storage, this is more than enough. The computation frameworks means this is where like GPU data science come into the picture. That's where like QDF, QML, QPy, and HDO. There is a number. This is for the parallel computing, especially when you're working with the high performance computers. Amazing, right? It's amazing. So data streaming is the Kafka will be the Spark and all. You just go here. So I don't know. Someone is asked question in our group outliers and anomaly detections. So you can just have here anomaly detections, outliers. There are some packages automatically detects the outliers and all. Just have a look this. People who asked, I don't know, they are joining this session, but these are all amazing, right? Okay, fine. So you can go and check that resource 24 is really important for the people who has the experience. They are looking for something which is production related resources. This resource 24 is going to helpful to you. Okay. So moving to the resource 25, this is ML resources and where should I start machine learning? Okay. This is for the beginners, the people who has the, they want to start the machine learning, right? For them, this is a really great content. So where to start, what kind of things, this is so many sheets are there here. So you can download that. So, okay. All the basic functions and all is there in this probability, statistics, causal inferences, optimization, information theory, all the cheat sheets are there in one place. No need of sending the cheat sheets on the WhatsApps and all. So you can get all these things at one place. No need of, you just bookmark this website in your local computer and you can use it whenever you want, whichever the sheet you want to refer it. So this is downloading the 100 best machine learning books for free. And these ebooks are open sourced, and you can also go to this is one of the website. This is also good website. They are providing a lot of information about AI and data sciences. You can download these books. Okay, these are all open source books only. Not the some books are not open source; those are not listed. You can download it. All the books are in one place. Okay, so this is about books. This resource 26 is talks about the books. And resource 27, I know that some people in our batches, they are working on to the natural language processing. So who is working on the natural language processing? For them, this library, I think they might be already knowing it, but people who don't know, this is the Stanford is developed this library. It's called Stanger. It's a Python based library. It supports the many human languages. Let's go and have a look. And it is a widely popular framework, guys. I don't know whether you know it or not. It is actually built on PyTorch. PyTorch is one of the deep learning framework. It supports, you can see that 66 human languages. Okay. And this is the architecture we have it. Okay. So if anyone is working on the natural language processing, can you please go ahead and have a look into this Tanja, which is really useful library and which is updated every quarterly. So this is updated versions only will get. Okay, team is continuously working on it, and this is created by the Stanford NLP group. You can also see it here. Okay, at the bottom of the page. So it's an open source platform. We can use it, and there is some white papers which is already there in the um, papers with code website. They have placed the white papers in the papers with code. Okay, coming to the resource 28, which is NVIDIA. NVIDIA drives the AI algorithms perform the intuitive, the cabin perception. This is a little advanced concept. It is the latest content only, which is on the last January content only. So if you're interested, you can go. There is a AI software keeps drivers safe and focused on the road ahead. This is you can relate to with the Tesla motors. Recently, they bought the one feature, right? But anyway, I'm going to share some other video content that's going to helpful to you. Okay, to understand these features. Okay, resource 29. I have only two resources, but both are important. Okay, So machine learning cheat sheets at one place. If you want all machine learning related cheat sheets with at one place, and you can just go here and you can download. Or else you can bookmark. Why we need to download all this stuff? Whichever is needed, you can download other things. You can just bookmark it. There is a regression analysis, regularization ML, whatnot. All the related machine learning things are there. The many more things are there here. You can just download it. It's a really great website. Okay, for the cheat sheets, especially for the machine learning, not anything else. So last one is research 30. I'm not going to play, I'm going to play video here, but I will not show that video into the, when a video link is uploaded. People who wants to learn the PyTorch, but I don't think so anybody can explain like this, okay? This is one of the most popular deep learning course, which is available free on the YouTube. Uh, and more thing, right, guys? I'm not saying that I don't know this guy, but this guy is actually a lecturer, okay, from one of the reputed university. So if you want to learn the PyTorch, this is an amazing playlist, and especially for the deep learning. So there is so many resources are there, which is free of cost. You have to invest your time. No need of spending money, guys. Okay, there is a lot of things are there outside. You have to spend time and debug it. How where the content is there, which content I want to be expertise.